which is totally fine. No big deal. No big deal. Hello everyone, welcome back to Foster the Meeple, a channel all about board games and board gamey things. I am here today to do another pumped up Kickstarter. And I'm alone today. Why, might you ask? Why? Well, because Jeff is working and I'm in between jobs. And I can do that if I want to. Today we are going to be talking about Davy Jones Locker, but not the Kraken Wakes. No, we are talking about the Curse of the Ghost Ships, which is a new expansion which is coming to Kickstarter soon. This game was sponsored by Pudcat Games, who is the publisher of Davy Jones Locker. So thank you to Pudcat Games for sponsoring this video. As per usual with our preview videos, I'm going to go into a bit of an overview. Then I'm going to talk a little bit right at you about the game and see whether or not this game is for you. So let's just dive in to the overview, shall we? Do you get it? Because dive, like in the water. Okay. Ahoy, brave sailors and treasure hunters. Prepare to embark on a spine-tingling adventure like no other in Davy Jones Locker, the Curse of the Ghost Ships. A mysterious island has emerged from the eerie fog, shrouded in an ancient curse. At its heart lies a treasure chest overflowing with glittering gold. But beware, for this loot holds a malevolent secret. Any ship daring to carry even a single piece of this cursed gold will fall under the relentless haunt of the Banshee and her ghostly fleet. She emerges from the depths of the unknown, wielding her spectral lantern to siphon the very souls of your crew. With no hope of fighting back, your only chance lies in exploring the Phantom Island, seeking a way to ward off these vengeful spirits and break the curse that has befallen the seas. This gripping expansion to Davy Jones Locker, the Kraken Wakes, introduces a trove of new challenges, equipment, fearless crew members, and ingenious strategies to fend off your supernatural adversaries. Prepare to set sail into uncharted waters where the line between the living and the dead blurs. Are you ready to confront the curse of the ghost ships? Gather your crew, steel your nerves, and set sail into the unknown. Uncover the secrets of the Phantom Island and emerge victorious. Or be forever consigned to Davy Jones's Locker. And I am back. Now, for anybody that missed it, Jeff and I did cover Davy Jones Locker, the Kraken Wakes, in a previous snapshot video. So if you're interested in getting our thoughts on that, I will link that snapshot below. But Davy Jones Locker, the Kraken Wakes, is the original game. So you do need the base copy in order to play the Curse of the Ghost Ships, and I'm gonna tell you why. First of all, in Davy Jones Locker, this game is played in 2 acts. In Act 1, you are really focused on exploring, building up your ship, gaining treasure, doing a bunch of different things in order to really kind of strengthen yourself before we go into Act 2. When Act 2 happens, the board flips and the bad guy comes out. In the first game, the bad guy is the Kraken, which is really cool. The Kraken kind of comes up onto the board and his tentacles are like everywhere, whipping you and doing all that crazy stuff. Now, in the Curse of the Ghost Ships, essentially what is the main thing that's different, there's a few other differences which we'll go over. The main thing is that you have a new baddie to fight, and that is the Banshee and their ghost ships. So when the board flips in Act 2, instead of having the Kraken, you are going to have the Banshee, which is a huge ghost ship, as well as a bunch of mini ghost ships that you are going to need to defeat. So because this preview is primarily on this, we are going to focus on the Curse of the Ghost Ships rather than the Kraken. So I want to tell you what is different with this expansion expansion versus the original game or what it adds. So in Act 1 for this game, there are a couple of additional objectives that you're looking to do. So first of all, you are trying to search Phantom Island to find spectral cards in order to equip your ship. That is not part of the original game. Phantom Island is not part of the original game, and so this is an entire new section that you kind of add to the side of your board that you're going to be able to explore as the game goes. So that's one new objective. Another new thing that comes in this game is called cursed coins. So you may remember if you watched our previous video that this has treasure coins. This has cursed coins, and they are green and they're like very ghostly. Scary. And so you're trying to find and return cursed gold to the cursed chest. Also has a new phase, and it has a couple of new actions that you're able to take. So in the original game, you have an event phase where you draw an event card, you do whatever it says, and then you have your player turn where you have 3 available actions that you can choose from a plethora of action options. So this game adds an entirely new phase called the haunt phase, because it's ghosts, so you got to get a little haunted. That's just what ghosts do. I don't know. So in the haunt phase, very simple, very quick, you are moving the haunt tracker on the Phantom Island board, and then you're just going to do whatever it says. It could be taking a curse card, it could be lowering your integrity, maybe nothing happens. Who the heck knows? It's gonna, well, you'll know because it's gonna be on the Phantom Island board. Then you're going to go into the event phase, very much so just like in the Kraken Wakes. Like I said, do whatever the event tells you, player turns. So there's a few more actions that you can take specifically in this game that weren't available in the previous game. The first one is drop, and that's how you're dropping cursed gold. Because if you'll remember, you need to drop cursed gold off in order to flip over to Act 2. And the other thing that you could do is search Phantom Island. And so you're going to be doing that by moving through Phantom Island, drawing cards, and doing all of these things. So those are the 2 specific new actions that you can take. And all of the other actions from the previous game are still available to you. So you're exploring, you're going to different ports, you're fighting different ships, and you're exploring the sea, and you're getting open sea cards. All of that remains the same. So another thing to note is, once again with the cursed gold, anytime that you gain gold, you're drawing from a bag that has both the cursed gold as well as the regular gold. So whenever you would gain gold, you draw from that bag. And if you happen to draw some of the cursed gold, then you have to take the ghost tokens and put them on your ship. This is how we become haunted. Ghosts come onto the ship, immediate haunt. Like, once again, this is just how ghosts work. I didn't make up the rules. So there are 2 ways that we move into Act 2. Number 1, same as in the previous game, you run out of cards in the event deck. And then number 2 is you've dropped off the proper amount of cursed tokens, and then you can summon the Banshee. And so if you aren't able to summon the Banshee on your own and you have to do it through the event deck, it's a little bit less great because you have less time to defeat the Banshee. You have less rounds that you're able to do. So then the board is going to flip. We're in Act 2 and we are summoning the Banshee and all of her ghost ships. Then you are going to need to defeat the Banshee and all of her ghost ships in order to win the game. So I'm not going to get into all the specific rules, but just know that there does come with a separate sort of set of the way that the Banshee works versus the Kraken, and all of that will be explained in the rulebook, but that is kind of the meat and potatoes of it, is that you have to defeat the Banshee in order to win the game. And if you don't, if they defeat you, or if you run out of time, you're lost to the sea forever, and you'll probably become an ocean ghost. So, you know, silver linings. There are 2 new actions that are available in the Banshee phase as well, or in Act 2, I should say. The first one is Siphon. So there's going to be like spectral cards, as I mentioned before, that you're going to be collecting that you can use to do a Siphon action. And then there's also a search action in Act 2 as well, once again relating to Phantom Island. So just a little bit more, but not like an overwhelming amount of rules changes or anything. And that's kind of what I wanted to say about Curse of the Ghost Ships. This is the type of expansion that, while it does change the game because it's giving you a whole new baddie to fight, the additional rules or the new rules really kind of flow well with the old rules in terms of like you're not having to completely relearn the game. So if you have played this, if you've learned it, this is just like a slight addition of a couple of extra rules and that's it. And really you're just fighting a different baddie. Who is this game for? Number one, it is for people who enjoy boss battlers. It is kind of a different way to do a boss battler because, you know, you're going through a whole act and then flipping the board and then you're kind of working together sort of in order to defeat the monster, but there still could be a winner. So if that sounds like something that's interesting to you, I would say this could be for you. If you enjoy the theme, it's very pirate themed. There's exploration involved, there's treasure gathering, there's fighting, there's negotiation and working together, and there's all of these different things. And I just think in general, if you're looking for something that's not typical, because I do find that this game is not like anything I've really played before. Like there's bits and elements of it that are similar to other games, of course, but the fact that we have a whole act one and then the game flips and it's a different game. Like the game flips and it's a different game. Like you go this exploration type of thing and then suddenly the game flips and you're in a full-on battle. If that sounds like something that you're interested in, you might want to check it out. I would say, who is this game not for? It is very challenging to win. Like this is a game that I wouldn't expect to win on your first try. I have played it solo and I have lost horribly. I've played it multiplayer and come close and solo and come close and all of these different things. So if you're up for a challenge, it's good. But if that's something that you feel like might be frustrating for you, maybe not. I don't know. It's a little bit unpredictable based on the way that like the ghost ships are going to move and all of these different things. So there is a little bit of unpredictability. However, you can try and build up a strategy. But yeah, it's really punishing. So if you're like intimidated by that, I mean, it's ghosts. I don't think I've ever heard someone say that ghosts are easy to defeat except for the Ghostbusters, but we don't have them here. So if that sounds like something that you are either interested in or not interested in, that is a little bit more about Davy Jones Locker. All of the details for this game are going to be linked in the description below. So if it sounds like something you might be interested in, definitely go and check it out. But that is everything that I have for today. Now, if you're interested in buying board games, this one Kickstarter, but other board games, you should first start by checking your friendly local gaming store. For us, that is the Boardroom Game Cafe. If you like snacks, maybe you should try Munch Pack. Even if you're a ghost, you could probably still get Munch Pack. You could try, at least. That is everything I have for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you like what you see, please subscribe. Hope to see you again soon. And now, I'll say goodbye. Goodbye! Happy hunting! So blah, blah, blah. Speaking of haunted, I'm hearing stuff. Don't like that.